Hello everyone, hope everybody's doing great today. Appreciate those of you watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. And today we're talking about Pierce Brosnan's first James Bond movie. Before we get into this, I'd like to say I believe this was probably my first and perhaps my only James Bond movie that I went to the theaters to see. I think it was my cousin's. I don't really remember much. I didn't really come out of it like, ecstatic about the movie. I thought it was okay. So, revisiting it after all these years. And I would also like to say, I think the opening credits song by Tina Turner has to be like one of the top 5 James Bond songs. These James Bond movies always open up with some really good music, a really good song to get you in the mood. And, you're watching all the imagery they have on the screen of the opening credits. So it kind of gives you like a preview of what to expect during the movie, and I think Tina Turner really nails it with this with the song she did for the opening of Goldeneye. Yes, we're talking about Goldeneye. I think the other ones, of course, McCartney's "Live or Let Die" was great. Madonna's movie song in front of "Die Another Day" was really good. But anyways, enough about the songs and stuff. Let's get into Goldeneye. This is probably my wife's favorite James Bond movie. She's the one that kind of got me into James Bond. I've seen the movies in the past, but wasn't really a big James Bond fan. But then my wife, she loves James Bond. She loves Pierce Brosnan. She likes Pierce Brosnan and Roger Moore. Those are 2 favorite Bonds. I kind of think I like Pierce Brosnan the most. I know a lot of people will argue about Sean Connery, but I know I'm probably going to insult a lot of you boomers out there. Yes, I'm calling you boomers. But the Sean Connery's James Bonds are a little corny, Maybe back then they were pretty good, but now when I rewatched them, I own like all the Connery movies, all the Connery up to like some of the new guy, Craig movies of James Bond. Rewatched those old Connery movies, and they're a little corny, but I still enjoy them. Connery did make a good James Bond. But I have to probably agree with my wife. Not because she's in the room with me or anything, but I think Pierce is probably the best Bond. And I also think Daniel Craig did a really good James Bond. Anyways, enough about that. So one thing my wife does like to point out about this movie, Goldeneye, is at the very beginning, when Pierce Brosnan's breaking into this Soviet Union military base, is how he's always going down. You watch this opening, he's going down the dam, and then he gets into the facility and he's going down, goes through the bathroom, so he's still going down, and then he does this thing, and when he escapes, the airplane is going down. It's like he's just always going down. It's like she's always talking about. Here I am rambling on about that, but I've probably seen this movie about 20 times with my wife, and 20 times she always points out this, I always have to play dumb. Like, James Bond at the beginning of this is always going down. Like, oh, I didn't realize that. You have to play dumb for your wife sometimes, and for other people. Anyways, so for those of you who've never seen Goldeneye, it's basically about this satellite dish weapon in the air that can eliminate or disable electronics down here on the Earth. And so the Soviet Union has some traitors in their midst, and they kind of hijacked this weaponry to basically, in the end, just to steal some money, right? That's what James Bond points out. You guys are just bank robbers in the end, right? You're common thieves. Just like any James Bond movie, you got your eccentric villains. Your woman villain in here, the villainess, she gets off of, putting people between her legs and squeezing the breath out of them. She has to have some strong thighs there to be able to suffocate people with her thighs. And she gets off, just basically gets off killing people too, when she's in that military base and she's shooting people and stuff. She's kind of enjoying it a little bit too much. And then you have the other guy, the computer geek, he's always like, invincible. The invincible guy, which is played really good by Alan Cumming. Well, I think I messed up his last name. I don't know. But, he's this eccentric dude. And, of course, Sean Bean, the ultimate bad guy, ultimate villain, always dying in all his movies. At least at the beginning of his career. I think he starts to survive it now, right? When he makes a movie, he's not guaranteed to die. think National Treasure might have been the first movie where he didn't actually die. At least he went to prison for life, but he didn't die in the movie. Of course, he dies twice in this movie, you know, at the beginning, and spoiler alert, at the end. But Sean Bean plays his character terrific. You know, he's the perfect villain. Nails his role. Of course, Pierce, first attempt with James Bond. I have to say, I think he does a great job playing Bond. I think he does. I think he gets all the aspects of a James Bond character that you see, you know. He's really suave. He's cool under pressure. You know, he acts like somebody who's like your thinking man. You know, he knows how to think his way out of danger. He's not going to pound you and punch you. You know, he's going to outthink you in order to win the fight. And he does this in this movie. And, of course, his movies after this. This movie does have some great action scenes. It still has, like every Bond movie does have a little bit of corniness. You do have a little bit of corniness in this movie, but it's not as thick as, I would say, like the early James Bond movies. I would say that, like I said, this have great action scenes. Storyline's pretty good, you know. He's trying to investigate who's the ones who hijacked the weaponry, you know, what they're doing, what they're going to do with it, where they're at. You know, you get that great kind of mystery, I guess you could say. Even though as a viewer, you kind of know what's going on because the writers, directors kind of spoil it for you. But it's good to see James Bond going through the investigation process of this. The people he meets, you got really good characters, really you do. Robert Coltrane's in this, you know, he's that Soviet mafia guy. I love the club scene where, you know, he's many drivers up there singing a song, you know, she's singing poorly, and then he's like, get off the stage, you know, and she got her little bit right there. Kind of felt like she was bad acting in that one. You know, it's kind of weird because Minnie Driver is a pretty good actress, but this movie, it just seems, I don't know, not very good, right? And then, I don't know, I would say if, you know, you've never seen a James Bond movie, you want to start with one, I would start with Goldeneye. It's pretty good, you know, you're probably missing all the lore before him, but let's be honest, each James Bond movie is its own movie. You don't need to watch any other James Bond movies to really know what's going on. It's not like it's a continuous storyline. I guess at the beginning, when you had Spectra, stuff like that, you know, they're like the bad guys. But you still don't really need to know what's going on before a James Bond movie. You can just put anyone in there and start from finish. You could end with this one, or, you know, they could continue it. That's just how these James Bond movies go. And I think this is a great movie to start if you've never seen one. Like I said, when I saw this as a younger person, I thought it was all right. I still think it's all right. I would give this a recommendation, you know, not highly recommend or recommend with caution. It's just your normal movie, normal action flick. Especially if you want to see how movies were back in the 90s. If you're somebody younger, you know, born in like 2000 above, you've never seen a 90s movie, you get a pretty good feel about how they made movies back in the 90s watching this one. And yeah, I recommend this one. I know there's a lot of James Bond fans out there. A lot of you already seen this movie. Interested to hear your thoughts. Or reading your thoughts. I can't really talk to you, sorry. But reading your thoughts. What do you think about Goldeneye? Is it one of the better James Bond movies? Is it one of the worst James Bond movies? Or is this average? I would say this is probably an average James Bond movie. I think there's definitely better ones. And I think Pierce Brosnan has better Bond movies than this one. His first go. I think my favorite Pierce Brosnan James Bond movies really Die Another Day. The last one he made with Halle Berry. It is Die Another Day, right? This is another one. What was the other one? Die Another Day, and then there was Tomorrow Never Dies. Oh man, I'm getting the two mixed up. I can't remember. Anyway, it's Die Another Day with Halle Berry. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, leave some comments below. Sorry for rambling on. Have a great day. Check me out in another video. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Bye.